guys, it's Phil out here in the garage, and we're going to do an installation today on the Black Dog Cycle Works cylinder head covers, as well as the Black Dog Cycle Works OEM crash bar reinforcements. That wreck you just saw was me exactly 3 weeks ago today at the South Dakota Get On Adventure Fest. So I went over, boom, snapped my fibula. Thankfully, it's healing pretty well. I'm able to hobble around. But the bike, I got lucky. So I did not crack a valve cover here or a cylinder head cover, which I checked these out. These Option 719 milled covers are like $1,300 each. And the OEM crash bars, I'm gonna get some B-roll in here and look so you can get a closer look. I mean, barely protect this thing. They actually stick out here on the bottom a little bit. So when you have a wreck like I did on that trail, there's a 50-50 chance that things might go wrong. So with that being said, I think what I'm going to do, the order of events here, I'm going to go ahead and remove these lower OEM bar sections. I'm going to prep to attach the cylinder head cover guards, and then I'm going to go ahead and work that through bolt, get everything in place, and hopefully on a Friday night in a few hours, all this will be done and the video will be about 5 minutes for you. I just got done talking for about 2, maybe 3, so maybe it'll be 10 minutes. All right, guys, let's get to work. Here comes our first hack, maybe. So I pulled the bar down and the bolt back there is a super pain in the butt to get to. It's like back in there somewhere. So I got to drill out this this rubber piece right here, right? I got to drill that out so that I can get the plate on there, and then I can attach the bracket, the extra, well, I almost forget what that's called, support bracket. Okay, so I'm gonna just see if I can swivel this out, get the drill in there, and knock out these 2 rivets that are back here, and pull that rubber piece out. Tight squeeze, but I have a feeling I can make it work. Let's see, that is super sharp, but I think I'm gonna be able to get that out of there. No more rivet. All right. So now this side is ready to go. Let's test fit that plate. All right, guys, so while I had the crash bar down, I decided to put on this cover, which is super easy to do. And then you can see here that there's a notch out, so this will make it easier for me to line up where the crash bar reinforcement goes. So, and it just makes it so much easier to put this on. So making sure to do that with some Loctite. And we will continue on. If you're wondering if you can see this camera in here is touching a little bit, but I'm pretty sure that when this is all set up, right, like the reinforcement guard will make sure this is not touching. So, all right, moving on. Here's what I'm doing here. Got the breaker bar, and I just use a strap to tie the breaker bar to the frame so that doesn't move. That's on that 18mm. Get a little leverage on this guy. Should have had a longer deal, but this works. There it goes. And so I'm going to get that new through bolt through, drop the guard on the other side just to repeat this process, get the other side to this position, and then we'll start positioning the bars, the reinforcement bars. So let's do that. Oh, well, that was easy. There's the old one. And so this bushing goes here, and that goes there. Nice. All right, guys, working in the dark on the other side sucked, and plus the bike's leaning over and I had to lay on the ground. Good time. So everything's finished on the other side, but I'm going to show you how to do this side. And a couple key things. When you are working with this, I might even have to loosen this up just a touch. You want everything, my light went out there. You guys should still be able to see. You want everything to be loose. So you want this bar to be in here kind of loose. You want this to be loose. You want everything to be able to move so that you can get everything lined up, and then you start to tighten it down. Black Dog Cycle Works cylinder head covers, crash bar reinforcement bars, all installed. I gotta tell you, this stuff looks choice by meaning it looks really awesome. I think that the installation on the cylinder head covers was super easy, probably because I swung away the crash bars in order to make that happen. The reinforcement bars were a little more tricky because you had to get out the through bolt, which, you know, by yourself a little harder, but it can be done. You saw I strapped the other side down so I could lock it down so I could then loosen it here. No big deal. The only other tip I have is keep everything loose until you can get it together, Loctite everything, then lock it down. By keeping all the adjustment points loose, it just made it so much easier. So the stuff looks great. I'm sure it'll function great in the event that I have another get off, which I hope I don't. But if I do, I mean, it's painfully obvious that the OEM bars, number one, can bend in, and number two, just especially on the right side, don't fully cover the cylinder head and could lead to, and especially a rocky environment. Thankfully, I slid on, there were some rocks, but it was mostly flat, so it kind of just scraped up the bars. But if I were to tip this over in a rocky environment, man, a rock could straight up puncture this thing. And that'd be SOL out on the trail. So can't recommend this enough. Think about what this costs. A milled one is about 1,300 bucks, like I said, or you can get everything. And of course, don't quote me exactly on price, but I think everything, both sides, somewhere in the mid 400s. So just peace of mind, insurance, and super easy to install. Get this gear, protect your bike. Up next, we'll upgrade that cheesy skid plate. Maybe that's another video. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Hit that like, subscribe, leave a comment. See you on the next one.